Welcome back to The Imperfect Drummer. Today I'm going to cover something that's not quite about drums, though I suppose you could use the VMeter in some sort of a manner, maybe with a digital drum set. But today I'm going to show you how I use this, and it's pretty handy, and I've got a little piece of software that makes it easier to use. So right out of the box, I'm using MainStage with a template called Sunday Keys, but you can use Logic or any DAW. Out of the box, it is a MIDI controller. So if I were to go over here, I can choose the VMeter and I can assign it to this so you can see it. The problem is with this template, what I ran into was this is a song-specific template, and it has different settings that are triggered by using the mod wheel. So there's two problems. One is that. The other problem is that I'm using a borrowed Roland Fantom X8, and there you can see those changing if I use the Roland mod. The problem is they won't stick. So I have to keep my left hand on it, which means I can't play with my left hand. Now granted, I'm a drummer, not a keyboard player, so I'm not actually doing this very well in real time. Like I don't play on Sunday mornings. This is just me dabbling and doing stuff on my own. But you can see that the problem. I want to be able to use this VMeter with any keyboard that doesn't have a mod wheel or has a spring-loaded mod wheel and still change these settings. But so this is the VMeter. You can see it'll change the quote mod wheel, but because this template has all kinds of scripting going on, it's got all this transpose. There's just a bunch of stuff. I can't use it to trigger these settings here that I can with the Roland. So I found a piece of software called Midi Pipe. Well, I should preface, supposedly there's a way to program this. There are some instructions on the website, and it was just too much. It was so messy I didn't quite understand it. So I found this thing called Midi Pipe. I also, when I bought mine, it was not available. So I went to AliExpress and I bought it off AliExpress. So let's go back here. So I downloaded Midi Pipe. It does run on the new versions of macOS. I honestly don't know. I suspect for Windows you might have better luck with using the direct stuff, because they do make Sunday Keys for Ableton, but this is really for the Mac, the Mac setup. So if we launch Midi Pipe, let's see. There we go. Now I don't have one programmed in. Well, it doesn't default to one, but if I do open, I've got one saved. Here we go. So I called it VMeter to mod wheel. And what you do is, I think you drag these from the left to the right. So I dragged a MIDI in. I hijacked the VMeter. Then in the message converter, I control changed it from 20 to 1. And then the output, you actually do Midi Pipe output. So this is your new MIDI device. And now if I go over here to layout and I change this to the Midi Pipe, now I think it won't. So let me assign it. There, I've signed it so at least I can see it visually on screen moving this. You don't have to actually do that, but you can see over here it's already triggering those changes. So if I go back to edit now or perform, and now it's changing them, and if I play it you'll hear. So here's I think all of the routing I have going on is messing up. I had a few technical issues I discovered, but you have to change the type to absolute or it keeps trying to flick all over the place. Now you can see it's staying on, and even when I'm in edit mode, it's keeping the setting. So now if I play it, so you can see this. It is kind of a specialized scenario that I'm using Midi Pipe for. But even if you weren't using Midi Pipe and you didn't need this kind of a functionality, this is a really handy little utility. I mean, it cost me $35 maybe with shipping. It's just plugged in with USB-C to USB-A. The other benefit of using Midi Pipe is you don't have to teach your software anything. I just have to make sure Midi Pipe is selected here. So I don't have to train it. Well, MainStage I did, but any other app, as long as it, has a regular mod wheel setting, Midi Pipe is taking care of mapping this to the mod wheel. So I don't have to go in and do a learn thing. So that is Midi Pipe and the VMeter. So that's all I got for today. Hopefully this helped somebody. I dig this little slider. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe.